The other woman. Emily had always believed in loyalty and honesty. She had been with Adam for 4 years, and their relationship felt as steady as the high-rise apartment they shared in the city's bustling heart. Adam was everything she thought she wanted: charming, kind, ambitious. They talked about the future, marriage, a home outside the city, maybe even kids one day. Emily was certain she had found her forever. But everything changed the day Sophie entered their lives. Emily first heard about Sophie through Adam himself. Sophie was the new hire in his department, an analyst who had quickly gained everyone's attention. Adam would come home from work, mentioning her occasionally at first. "Sophie really helped us solve that report issue today," he'd say, or "Sophie's got this incredible eye for details." He seemed impressed by her skills, and Emily felt a twinge of jealousy, but she brushed it off. After all, Adam was devoted to her, or so she thought. Over time, though, Sophie's name came up more frequently, slipping into nearly every conversation. Adam's eyes would light up when he talked about her, and Emily noticed how he seemed to look forward to work more than ever. It was a subtle shift, but Emily sensed it. She tried to ignore the growing knot of suspicion in her stomach, but the feeling gnawed at her. Then one Friday evening, Emily decided to surprise Adam with dinner at his office. She hadn't told him she was coming, hoping to give him a pleasant surprise with his favorite takeout. As she walked into the building, her heart pounded with excitement. But as she approached his office, she saw them through the glass wall, Adam and Sophie standing close, laughing softly, oblivious to the world around them. Sophie's hand rested on Adam's arm, her gaze intense, and Adam's expression was soft, tender in a way that felt wrong. Emily's heart sank. She watched them for a moment, rooted in place, feeling the weight of betrayal even though nothing explicit had happened. As she turned away, she could feel a storm brewing inside her. She told herself it was nothing, that she was overreacting, but the image of them together was burned into her mind. Days turned into weeks, and Emily's doubts grew. Adam began working late more often, missing their usual dinners, and seeming distracted even when he was home. She tried to reach out, but he brushed off her concerns, insisting he was just stressed from work. The distance between them widened, and Emily felt like she was losing him, slipping further away with each passing day. Then one night, curiosity and suspicion got the best of her. Adam had fallen asleep on the couch, his phone beside him. Her heart pounded as she picked it up, feeling a mixture of guilt and determination. As she unlocked his phone and opened his messages, her worst fears were confirmed. There, in a string of messages between Adam and Sophie, was everything she needed to know. Their conversations were more than friendly. They were intimate, filled with inside jokes, affectionate words, and secret plans to meet. One text from Adam read, "Tonight was amazing. I've never felt this alive." Sophie's reply came with heart emojis affirming his words. Emily's hands trembled as she scrolled, each word cutting deeper, the life she knew crumbling around her. Emily couldn't confront him right away. The betrayal was too raw, too painful. She needed to understand, to see it with her own eyes. The next time Adam told her he was going out for a late-night work session, she quietly followed him. She watched from a distance as he met Sophie at a small, dimly lit bar, their laughter filling the air, their hands entwined. Her heart shattered as she saw him lean in to kiss Sophie, their faces too close, too familiar. Emily didn't confront him. She felt hollow, as if the life had been drained from her. She returned to their apartment, the emptiness consuming her, her mind replaying everything she had just seen. She sat alone in the dark, trying to process the betrayal, feeling as though her whole world had been a lie. For the next few days, Emily acted as if everything was normal, bottling up her pain and anger. She went through the motions, waiting for the right moment to confront Adam. She needed a plan, a way to make him feel the weight of his actions, to understand the devastation he had caused. Then an idea formed in her mind, something she had never imagined herself doing. She decided to reach out to Sophie, to meet her face to face, woman to woman. She called Sophie, her voice calm, steady. "Hi Sophie, this is Emily, Adam's girlfriend," she said, relishing the brief silence on the other end of the line. "I thought it was time we met. Can we have coffee tomorrow?" Sophie agreed, her voice hesitant. Emily wasn't sure if Sophie knew about her, but she was determined to find out. When they met the next day at a quiet cafe, Sophie looked surprised and uncomfortable. Emily could tell by the way she avoided eye contact that she hadn't known about her. Emily kept her composure, hiding the storm of emotions brewing beneath the surface. They sat down and Emily broke the silence. "You seem close to Adam," Emily said, her voice calm. "Did he tell you we've been together for 4 years?" Sophie's face went pale, her shock quickly turning to guilt. She shook her head, her voice barely above a whisper. "No, he never told me. I thought he was single." Emily's heart twisted at the realization. Adam had lied to both of them, playing them against each other, keeping them in separate corners of his life. She felt a surge of anger, not only toward Adam, but also toward herself for trusting him so blindly. Sophie looked at her, tears welling in her eyes. I'm so sorry, Emily. I didn't mean for this to happen. I swear I didn't know." Emily studied her for a moment, feeling an unexpected sense of kinship. They had both been deceived, both been victims of the same man's lies. She took a deep breath, finally ready to let go of her anger. "You know, Sophie," she said quietly, "we both deserve better than this." Sophie nodded, her face filled with regret, and Emily felt a sense of closure wash over her. She had faced her pain head-on, seen the truth with her own eyes, and now she was ready to move on. When she returned home, Emily confronted Adam with everything she had learned. She watched as the weight of his lies hit him, stripping away the confident, charming facade he had worn for so long. He begged for forgiveness, promised to end things with Sophie, to make it right, but Emily was done. "I'm done, Adam," she said, her voice unwavering. "You made your choice, and now I'm making mine." Adam moved out that night, his pleas echoing in the empty apartment. Emily's heart ached, but she felt a strange sense of freedom. She was no longer tied to his lies, no longer trapped in the shadows of his betrayal. In the weeks that followed, Emily found solace in solitude, rebuilding her life piece by piece. She reconnected with old friends, took up painting again, and began rediscovering the parts of herself she had lost. Slowly, her heart began to heal, the pain transforming into resilience and self-worth. Months later, she found herself at a gallery, admiring a painting of a stormy sea, a powerful, raw image that mirrored her own journey. As she gazed at it, someone stepped beside her. It was Sophie. Their eyes met, and for a moment neither of them spoke. But this time there was no anger, no resentment, only a quiet understanding. Sophie gave a small, tentative smile. "I think we both deserve better," she said softly. Emily smiled back, feeling a sense of closure she hadn't known she needed. "Yes, we do." As they parted ways, Emily felt lighter, ready to step into a new chapter of her life. She had been the other woman in a story she didn't choose, but now she was the author of her own story. A story of resilience, strength, and a love for herself that no one could take away.